Hello, hello. Welcome to another Tough Love Tuesday. Excuse the wet hair, but you know how it is. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It is not quite halfway through the week. It's already been a week. But today kind of makes sense that today was a super busy, weird day because today we're going to talk about stop trying to be something you're not. This hit home for me last week when I finally made it back to the gym. And what did I have on both my schedule and my Kanban board? I'm going to the gym every single day, right? Going to the gym every single day. I started off the quarter with this overblown morning routine as well that I was going to get up and shower and wash my hair every other day. And I was going to, you know, have the coffee pot already ready for my evening routine and all of this. And then it struck me. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be able to do that. Because frankly, I'm not the get up out of bed and jump right in the shower and put on makeup and get ready for my whole day kind of person. I am the get up in the morning, do my journaling, pull my card, have my coffee, put in a couple hours of work, then get up and shower because, first of all, hot flashes first thing in the morning. And secondly, it gets me up and moving. But I was in this mindset of the perfect morning routine. You know what I'm talking about because of the people that I'm seeing here in the chat. I know y'all do the same. So, right, Renee, right? So, and it's the same thing with the gym. I haven't had a regular workout routine in 5 or 6 years. I mean, when I first moved back to Nova Scotia, I got rid of my car because I was living downtown in the city and I walked and took the bus everywhere. So I didn't need a car, but I walked everywhere. So that was my exercise. But then after dad passed and I moved in with mom, we moved into this apartment. I didn't have a regular workout routine. I never went to the gym, but I had this in my head that if I'm going to start working out, it needs to be perfect. I need to go to the gym every single day. I need to do 20 minutes of cardio and 20 minutes of weight training every single day, 7 days a week. Who the heck am I kidding? I'm so out of shape that the ideas of just going to the gym and doing 20 minutes of cardio 3 times a week is more than enough for this body right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, see, Renee, this is exactly what happened to me. I put this in my Q2 plan. Develop a morning routine, develop an evening routine. And then I was thinking to myself, I don't have a morning routine and an evening routine, so I need to develop one. And then I fell into the whole Pinterest perfect idea of having these routines. But what I didn't realize was that I already had them. Because a routine is nothing more than doing the same things in a certain order every day. I get up in the morning, I feed Ziggy, I clean out my coffee pot from the day before, dump the grounds, rinse everything out, make my coffee, come into my desk, do my journaling and my card while the coffee's brewing, go get my coffee, come back, work for a couple hours, get up and get a shower. That's a routine. That's a morning routine, and it works for me. So who am I kidding? Who are you kidding? I mean, like, we got to stop trying to fit into somebody else's box. Okay? Right? It's because this is exactly it. Those were the words that were just going to come out of my mouth, Renee. Get out of my head. And you're right, Kay. Putting way too much pressure on yourself. But we do it constantly. Morning routines, evening routines, what our publishing schedule is supposed to look like, what our home is supposed to look like, right? I'm a crappy housekeeper. I'm looking here right now next to my desk. There is it's not a dust bunny, it is a dust ferret. Okay? Because I'm a crappy housekeeper. Yeah, I've got it on my gist list to vacuum my bedroom floor, and I'll get to it. Dirt's still gonna be there. That's what I say. It's still gonna be there, you know? But I have never aspired to this picture perfect idea of a home where everything has to be completely clean and there's no clutter and there's never anything on the kitchen counters and it looks like something you see off of these Amazon kitchen must-have reels that we've been seeing a lot of lately on social media. And I think that's where the badness happens. Is we I love watching those. Amazon kitchen must-have, like how to organize your kitchen or how to organize your closet or all these cool containers and the labels and because that's the kind of people we are. But at the same time, it puts into your head, I need to be doing that. No, no, you don't. You don't need to be doing that. They're probably not even doing that. They're doing that for likes. They're doing that because they're getting paid to do that. They've got a collaboration with the company or they've got so many followers, so they're getting paid for these reels. They're probably not even that's probably not what their house looks like. Guaranteed. Best reel I ever saw was a woman who was doing one of those and she did a separate reel. She's like, here's my picture perfect kitchen and here's what it looks like behind the camera. And she turned it around and you couldn't see a single surface in the rest of her kitchen. Piled up, kids' clothes, hockey gear, everything. This is exactly it. This is why it happens, because they're trying to get you to spend money. But we have this idea that we need to be like that. And we don't. Unless you're trying to get big on TikTok and sell, containers for the company and they're going to give you a commission or kickback or whatever. We don't need to be doing that. We need to do what works for us, right? I'm not going to be that person that gets up at 6 a.m. and hits the gym and, puts on a good sweat and then woohoo, I'm going to take selfies and, and then I'm going to get on with my day. That's not me. That's not me. It's also not me that if I'm not in the gym by lunchtime, I'm not going to go after my workday. I'm not. I'm going to sit my butt right there with a pile of planners and watch Supernatural reruns. Because that's my routine. Because that's what I need at the end of the day. When you think about it, you look at this fur ball here. He has a routine. I've never had a cat that's more routine driven than him. But he is so content and so happy with his routine. He has certain places he goes at certain times of the day to sleep mostly. Certain times of the day he plays. And that's his routine. So we need to be more, what's the 6 a.m. Right, Ange? Right? But we should be more like our pets. We really should be more like our pets. We have routines and we should be happy with them. We should stop trying to be that Pinterest perfect person because it's all fake anyway. You think Beyonce rolls out of bed looking like she does every time you see her on media? Heck no. This is why I love Lady Gaga so much because she'll roll out of bed with yesterday's makeup on and go shopping and take pictures of herself. That's real, But it all comes down to our mindsets. With the whole just stop trying to be Beyonce, right? Stop trying to be this fake weird idea of perfection that we have in our heads. Find what works for you and do that. There's no law that says you have to be at the gym at 6 a.m. There's no perfect morning routine. I mean, I've seen articles on the, I have the for those of you who have Windows computers, that's annoying little freaking pop-up every time you scroll your mouse over the lower left-hand corner of your screen, that pop-out panel. So many articles there about the perfect morning routine. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. You click on that article, it's a bunch of ads trying to get you to buy stuff. They're trying to get you to be Renee. Buy $350 of containers, and you don't know what to do with them, right? They don't fit in my fridge properly. I actually went through that last night. I was watching a bunch of TikToks, and I'm like, that would be really cool because we have such a tiny refrigerator, apartment-sized refrigerator, and if you overload it, things freeze. And you lose half your produce, and I'm like, "I wonder if I did it in this container, if I did," and I'm thinking to myself, "No, because it's never going to look like that because I don't have a refrigerator with pull-out snack drawer, and I probably never will, you know? So stop trying to be perfect. I know, okay, right? I cannot find a way to get rid of it. Drives me up the wall because there's nothing worse than accidentally sliding over that and having, a certain ex-president's face in my face at 8 AM. I don't like starting my day like that. But what I'm saying boils right down to stop. Again, just stop because this is not, first of all, it's not a behavior we should be. um I just lost the word because I'm having a day. This is not a behavior that we want anybody else to emulate. Our littles, our friends, our partner, seeing us trying to be this perfect whatever. We want to lead by example. Do what works for you. Do what works for you. Do what moves the needle forward. If you're trying to lose weight, then yes, you're going to have to eat better and go to the gym. But does that mean you need a perfectly organized refrigerator and to be getting up 2 hours earlier than you normally do to go put 2 hours into the gym when you haven't worked out in a decade? No, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're going to be Renee with $350. I'm sorry, I'm picking on you, Renee. You're going to have all these containers that don't fit in your fridge. You're going to go to the gym twice and you're going to be so flipping sore you never go back. I cannot tell you from having worked in the fitness industry how often I saw that. January 2nd, gym packed to the rafters. 2 days later, crickets. It needs, some of them are in the office. At least you're using them, right? At least you're using them. Perfection is a lie, right? And it is. Sometimes, you watch those videos and you see all of this perfection and it causes you some anxiety, like some low level, I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing it right. It, back about maybe 5, 6 years ago, the big thing in advertising was FOMO. If you can tap into a person's fear of missing out, you have sold your product. Now it's tapping into the picture perfect. The I'm not doing it right. The only way to do it right is for me to do it the way that I'm seeing on this 30-second reel. That's all it is advertising. It's a form of subliminal advertising, just like the whole FOMO thing. But having said that, again, this week, I'm going to invite you to be more aware of those feelings that come up when you see something like that. If you get anxiety, sit with it for a minute. Figure out why you're feeling it. Is it because you aren't doing it the way that you're seeing? And that somehow makes you less than? Because that's a huge thing for those of us who grew up as people pleasers. We will do anything to avoid feeling less than. Okay? So if you're feeling the anxiety, I want you to sit with it for a minute. Figure out why you're feeling it. Are you feeling it because you think you aren't doing something right? And then logic it away. Realize this is nothing more than an advertisement. This is nothing more than them feeling them trying to make you feel that. Okay? So that you then go out and buy products and you know, because you know what? If it's not filling your well, filling you with love, good for your family, good for you, why do it? Why do it? If it's not benefiting you or your family or your business in some way, why do it? And in some big way. Because you know what? Eggs stay in your fridge just as good in the package you brought home from the store in as they do in those plastic rolly things, which I'm always afraid when I see people putting them in there, it gives me a heart attack because I figure they're going to break all the shells. So why? Why are you doing this? Think about that. Okay, I'm not doing this right. Why? Why is their way right? Okay, so I want you to stop yourself and really think about it because we're falling into the trap. We're falling into the trap and it has to stop or you're you're going to have a maxed out credit card and a closet full of plastic containers that don't fit in your fridge. Why are you doing it to yourself? Why? Yes, Elizabeth, you're right. There is no such thing as perfect. Everybody has flaws. Like that lady who showed, here's my kitchen and here it is perfect for the video and then here's what's behind the camera. Here's what's on the other side of the room. And it's a disaster area. Right? Some people thrive on chaos, some of us do, some of us don't. But we don't need to try to make ourselves thrive on somebody else's idea of how things should be done. How it should be done is what works for you and your immediate family. If they're not living in your house, they don't get an opinion. They don't. If they're not in your immediate circle of friends or family, they don't get an opinion. So somebody whose name you don't even know on that TikTok video, they don't get an opinion. They don't get an opinion on whether or not you're doing something quote unquote right. Because there is no right way. There's no right way to do a morning routine. You know, I was absolutely stunned by Mel Robbins' morning routine. I could not do it. She starts her morning by submerging her body in an ice bath. I would literally have a heart attack if I tried to do that. Works for her, works for Tony Robbins. Doesn't work for me. But that doesn't make me less than. It doesn't make me less than that one of the parts of my morning routine is to sit and play a couple of rounds of Candy Crush because that's how I wake my brain up. But Joe Blow Billionaire would never do that. That's not how successful people start their morning. Successful people, like that whole 5 a.m. club. I love Robin Sharma and I have a great deal of respect for him. But that whole 5 a.m. club doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for a lot of people. It's not going to work for you if you've got a child that's colicky and wakes you up 4 times a night. So stop trying to live somebody else's perfect because they're not perfect and neither are you. No way to the ice bath. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I hear it is actually really good for you because it resets your vagus nerve. But, I just, you know what? This is it. This is it, Elizabeth. It's like it's that whole thing of you're better if you're up at 4 a.m. I got his book. Maybe it's called the 4 a.m. Club. I don't know. I thought it was the 5 a.m. Club. But anyway, I got like maybe 6 pages into it and I went, this is not for me. This is not for me. This is not like his other books. This is him saying, if you want to be successful, you have to get up at the crack of stupid. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Right? And this, I do need to, if you don't know much about your vagus nerve, please go research it. please go research it. But I want you to sit with this, okay? And once you figured out what this feeling in your chest is or this feeling in your stomach is when you're watching these videos, once it clicks for you that this is a anxiety response to not doing it right, then I want you to start stopping yourself from watching those videos and see what that does to you. Renee, get off TikTok. Just saying, right? Angela, you never fail to make me laugh. Oh my God. Here I am trying to be all serious, and here's Ange in the comments. I love you. Never change. Never change. So sit with it. Sit with it, identify it, and then go do something about it. Because you're better than that. And think about, oh yes, Renee. See, I never ever put TikTok on my phone. I never did. Never did. But the thing is think about all the time that you are going to regain. Think about the money you are going to save. Because you know what? All of these fancy acrylic containers that you can get off of Amazon for like, the one with the egg one that's like this big and it's $30. You can get stuff like that at the dollar store. Just saying. Right? Just saying. See, and this works for you, Sarah. This absolutely works. Slightly more crazy. And we love you for it. But that works for you. I couldn't even think about getting up at 4 a.m. Because, yeah, I just couldn't. So, my loves, you have your assignment. All right? Go make it happen. Go make it happen. Do it for yourself first and everybody else second. All right? Because you're so worth it. There's more to us than TikTok videos. There's more to us than TikTok videos. All right? Love you guys to death. Just as an FYI, Mugs and Milestones on Sunday is going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern on the Power Play Press channel instead of the usual 2 p.m. due to me taking Jenna's amazing course. So you want to be an author tuber, which you have 3 days left to sign up for. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Go get her done. Love you to bits.